Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab you a libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink. And let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola! From the west side. Happy Thursday. Let me get this mic out of my mouth. I'm a little too close to the mic. Shouts out to good mics. All right. Let me get some stuff together here, because one of my ring lights fell right before we were getting ready. I was coming live, so I gotta try to situate it back. Okay. All right, so now let me get myself together and come on camera. All right, so everything is working like it should be tonight. No lagging or anything. Hopefully, YouTube is going to be kind to me and going to go ahead and send out my notifications. But let me get on another device and send and announce that I'm live. Let me just do that on this device, on my phone. Let me do that. Okay. Come through and chill. Come on through and chill. All right, so I got that out there. Hey, 1SP. So good to see you, bro. I am actually glad that you are here, because what I have been trying to figure out is what I need to do. Let me get this together. That's a little weird. Okay, let me try that. What's that being? Like, what was that? I don't know what that was. What I've been trying to do is trying to figure out really what I need to do to start building up my other channel, the Purple Diva Den, which is the spoken word channel. So I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start doing poetry shorts on that channel. Just try to pop in, because I've got like a lot of very short poems that I have written that could fit into like a 1-minute format that I could put on there as shorts with me just reciting my spoken word, just giving it to them. So I'm going to start doing that because my poor little spoken word channel only has like, I think 70 subscribers, and I have a community wall over there, but I have been neglecting it. So that's what I think I'm going to start doing. I'm drinking some coffee tonight. Shouts out to 7-Eleven. So I got a couple of things I want to talk about. I've been trying to kind of ignore one of these situations. But I'm going to talk about it in a limited way. And I'm just going to give some opinions about of some things. And this is in regards to the conversation that is going around right now into whether Beyonce is being controlled by party favors, and whether she may be perhaps trapped in a marriage and being controlled. So now, I want to talk about that a little bit, because, wait 1 second, you guys, because a lot of people, talk about the fact that they kind of think that she's not as intelligent, that, other people are running things. I'm going to just say this in regards to that kind of stuff. I know someone who worked very closely with Beyonce. And they worked with her in regards to things like some of the charitable giving things that she's done. This particular person who was working with her is a believer. And I think that Beyonce is very, very intelligent, and that people are underestimating her intelligence. I don't think that anything that she is doing, that she is being coerced into doing, my personal opinion is that, regardless of what her mouth says these days, at one point in her life, I believe that she was a believer, but I believe that at this point in her existence, that she has displayed things that would lead you to believe that she is no longer a believer. Things that you have seen in her performances, things that have been in lyrics. Those kind of things, I don't know how someone can be
a believer and be dealing with stuff like Baphomet. I swear, like I think it's because of my lighting, y'all. Hold on one second. Let me just move this one light. Okay. And then let me move my other. Well, it's too close. Yeah, because something is weird right now. Because I don't know why my green screen is bleeding. It shouldn't be bleeding, but it is. I mean, and that's fine, I mean, if it's going to bleed, then I can just go to a blurred. Let me see. Let me just do that because this is getting on my nerves. Let me see. We just do that. Yeah, we'll just do that because I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that tonight. It's distracting. Yeah. So now we'll just deal with the blurred screen, because, I don't have a crazy background. I just like to change the backgrounds. All right. So now y'all see the blurred background. And somehow, y'all see that? Somehow my ceiling lamp wants to bleed through no matter what. Just crazy. Just crazy. Just crazy how it's trying to bleed through. But hey, Captain Stinks. Captain Stinka. Okay, Captain Stinka. But that's my opinion based on the things that I see. Is she on party favors? Maybe she is, but I don't think that anyone is controlling her. I think if she is doing party favors, as they say, she's doing it of her own free will. She's doing it of her own free will. And I personally think that she's married to someone who has no belief in the Most High. From what I can see, he's like Anton LaVey, an atheist. My opinion. Oh, thanks for posting it. Yeah, welcome, Captain Stinka. Welcome. So that's my opinion in regards to that. The party favor thing. There have been, obviously some instances where it kind of seemed like she was a little out of it. Like, back at that game a while ago where it seemed like she, was humming to her own tune in her head that not the rest of the world could see. But we have to also keep in mind at the same time that event happened, that was also around the time that she and Jay-Z were having marital issues that we didn't know about at the time. And I don't know about how other people feel about that, but most women, Infidelity, especially in a marriage, is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And it can cause you to act a little strange. So, you know, that's not really proof. Nor is it proof where they're saying that people have had to help her with looking at menus and all kinds of stuff, and people were saying that she doesn't know how to read that well and everything. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You're not gonna make me think that this woman can't read. You know, and her Texas drawl don't make her stupid. I I'm not gonna believe none of that stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna believe that. Um, and I'm not Beehive, but I'm just saying that some of the stuff just sounds completely outlandish. Now, I know there are people behind the scenes that are saying all kinds of stuff. I know Jaguar Wright is over there saying whatever she's saying in regards to Beyonce, but let me just say, I take things that Jaguar Wright says with a grain of salt. Sorry, not sorry, because we're going to get to her and quote unquote Aaliyah and R. Kelly's alleged daughter, in a minute. So, but going into the thing with Beyonce, okay, so she and Jay-Z decided to move forward. After that, she decided to forgive him, or whatever she wanted to do in regards to that. And I know no matter, just like, with all of these other women who are singers, people don't think that the person that they choose for their life partner is always the best person for them. And so that might be the case in regards to Beyonce. I mean, I'm sure that if he wasn't Jay-Z, Jay-Z wouldn't have gotten Beyonce. Let's be clear. I mean, he's ordinary looking. Ain't nothing fine about him, in my opinion. But, and however, he's a good provider. And he appears to be a good father to his children. Okay. But do I think that relationship has an influence on the Beyonce that we know today versus the Beyonce that grew up in the church? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I believe that. I don't believe that she's the same person. And I also believe that everybody that, says, I thank you, God, and thank you, Jesus, who are celebrities at these award ceremonies, we always have to question, what God are they talking to? What Jesus are they talking about? We do. It's a very slippery slope when you're in the entertainment business. And I promise you that there are very few artists, no matter what genre they're in, and I'm including Christian and gospel in this, in the music industry. it is. What's going on with this? Hold on, y'all. Okay. Okay, let me get back. It's very unlikely that someone has not compromised. I'm not saying that everyone compromises their morals, but a lot of people do to some extent. And that's why I'm saying across all, because of we know that there are many that are in the gospel music that don't walk the walk, no matter what they're singing about. I'm just saying, it's the truth, you know. And then when you move into secular music, let's just go into when when we talked about the choirs of heaven, the quote unquote, demon that we know of and that we speak of as Satan or as Lucifer was the lead singer in the choirs of heaven, had the most beautiful sound. And so therefore, when it comes to music, he's all up in there. All up in there, corrupting. So you have many people who have made compromises. And I believe that Beyonce has made compromises like other ones. I believe that the late Whitney Houston made compromises. It's things that, people do behind closed doors to get where they want to get because they want to be stars. And I'm not even saying that it, that everyone is, making pledges, to darkness or anything. But people start to dabble in things that maybe they shouldn't, and quote unquote party favors and things like that. Those are things that can influence decisions, and even a person's lust for fame can influence their decisions, especially when they're at a certain point in their life. There's a lot that goes on in the music business that people don't talk about and won't talk about. And there's a lot of corruption. A lot of lives have been destroyed. A lot of people get, eaten up and spit out. And then, they ain't right, An example to me would be a Jaguar Wright. Another example would be those boys from Crisscross. The boys that were in B2K. And I'm just talking about on the black side of the business. We can go spreading over into, stuff like, Disney, and the kids that are child acting and all that kind of stuff. All of this stuff in the entertainment business. Yeah, there's a lot of corruption in there. So, do I think that Beyonce is being controlled by another person? Hmm. I, I I don't think that's what's going on. I think that she is doing everything that she is doing of her own volition, and she's responsible for her own soul. Yeah, but I do think that some of the things that she's doing and some of the music that she's putting out is sending a crazy message. I'd say the same thing with some of the stuff that now Sierra is putting out. You have these married women with children who are putting out music that is promoting singlehood in women. Beyonce's talking about twerking in the club, and Sierra's got a song talking about, doing it on your own. But y'all are married. Is this what you're telling Black women? This is what y'all are telling you have your happiness, but you're telling women through your music, to be alone, to do it by themselves. Don't be a helpmate. Contradictory. Right now, Sierra fans aren't feeling that. I don't think that the Beehive actually realizes that that's the message that's coming through some of Beyonce's music. hmm I don't think that they recognize that, but that's what's going on. So I don't know. I don't think we need to free Beyonce. I don't think we need to rescue Beyonce. I think we need to pray for Beyonce. Pray for her soul. Pray for her soul. That's what I think we should do. Because she's a grown woman. And she's over the age of 40. Yeah. Whether she was born in 81 or she was born before that, because there's controversy about whether she was really born in 1981. Yeah. But regardless, if she's born in 81 or 80 or 79, any of them, she's still over 40 at this point. So I say pray for her soul. If you feel the need to spend all that money on tickets to go see Beyonce, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't do it. Hey Andy, I remember back when my girl Janet was in her heyday. I don't know what I would have done if Janet had tickets for that cost that much. Oh, thank you, Terry. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't even have my singing bowl in here. If Janet Jackson had $1,500, if I had to pay $1,500 to go see Janet in the 80s and in the 90s, see, I could afford to go see Janet multiple times. Went back in the day. Because the tickets were maybe 100, 200 for good seats. Okay, I'm back. Went away for a second there, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah. Let me see. Try to move. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm wireless. Okay. Signal's back. Signal's back together. Get the signal back together. I'm like, yeah. I was giving StreamYard's compliments. He was doing so well. Hey, Benzo. Yeah. So there's no way. And I like Beyonce. You know, I'm a Beyonce fan. I'm not Beehive because I'm sorry, I'm 60. I'm not Navy either. Janet, Janet, Prince, yeah. Now I would have paid some money to see Prince, and even Prince didn't never cost that kind of money. Yeah, Prince. Y'all remember when Prince had the $25 concerts? Like the year before he left here, I went to see him twice at those $25 concerts. I'm so glad he did that, and I'm so glad I got to see that because, yeah. I'm definitely a Prince fan. I think out of everyone who has left here earlier than they should have, he's the one that hit me the worst. I was depressed about Michael, but I was really messed up about Prince because I thought that because he had gotten away from his wild ways that he was going to be, but we didn't know that he was doing all of that stuff in secret. Hooked on painkillers. It's crazy. And it took him out of here. All right, so now y'all, let's talk about this young lady, Legina, who is going around talking about she is. God, my nose is itching, y'all. Sorry, I gotta scratch it. It's itching. But she's talking about she is the daughter of the late Aaliyah and of R. Kelly. Now, I saw this over on TikTok before it ever came over to YouTube. It was going around on TikTok. She was being dragged. People were just over it, on TikTok. By the way, there's now a dude over there saying that he's LL Cool J's son. Just nonsense, okay? This young lady, this young lady has some mental issues going on with her. Maybe she believes within, her psychosis that she's somehow related to Aaliyah, but she's not. I believe that everyone who continues to humor her and put her on their platform is exploiting this young lady. And the fact that Jaguar is all up in this is, crazy to me. But this young lady was seeking out Jaguar, right? She was looking for her when she was over there on TikTok. Okay. And it was a mission for her. I would hope that Jaguar would get this woman some help, but Jaguar's not helping herself, in my opinion. So I think what she's doing is helping herself, because I keep seeing her posting stuff with this young lady. So yeah. Now Sean Davy Way was the one who did bring her to the YouTube platform. However, from what I can see and from what he is saying, once he saw what was going on and understood what was going on, he backed away from the story aspect of it. But unfortunately, by that point it was too late, because you got so many people dealing with this one. But this is a mental health issue. This is a mental health issue. I don't know how they're going to do this DNA test to prove to this young lady that she's not the child of Aaliyah or R. Kelly. I don't know. I think that she shouldn't be on YouTube. She shouldn't be on social media with this. She should go get help. This shouldn't be on social media. And then people are saying, well, what if what she's saying is the truth? She's not telling the truth. What she's saying is not true. Anybody who believes that is true, let's just think about that. Because let's think about this. Aaliyah was born in 1979. Okay? She died right before 9/11. She was 22 years old. She had no children. It's absurd for anybody to be thinking that she had some child that was hidden away all these years. Crazy. So, but I think this is going to probably go for another couple of weeks, because Jaguar is going to drag it out for a little while. But if she helps this young lady to get some help, that will be the right thing to do. But I'm not sure that that's the way the Jaguar is going to go. Mm-mm. And I liked Jaguar back when she was singing. Unfortunately, I think she only had 2 albums. I have one of them. The CD was Divorcing Something was the name of it. Let me see what the name of it was. Let me go see what the name of that is. I thought the girl could sing back then too, as a matter of fact. Let's see, Jaguar. right. Discography. Discography. Okay, let's see. Pull it up. Yeah, divorcing Neo Soul, marrying Soul. Yeah, that was. I had that one. I also had the other one. There was Delusions, Denials, Delusions, and Decisions. So those were the two albums that I had. Well, they were CDs. Yeah, see, and that's the other thing. Jaguar acts like she knew Aaliyah, and Aaliyah died the year that Jaguar came out. That she came out. So if she knew it, Aaliyah, it was in passing. Do you understand? Jaguar's first album came out in 2001, which means that she worked on it probably in 2000. So if she met Aaliyah, it was freaking in passing, because Aaliyah died in August of the year that her first album came out. Your careers weren't even at the same time. Yet she's going to acting like she knew Aaliyah, but okay. I'll tell y'all something. They ain't gonna they will just not allow Aaliyah to rest in peace. I mean, because first we have to deal with all of the stuff with R. Kelly, and then now we got this mess going on. Let that woman's soul rest in peace. She not here, but we got people popping up saying that they her child. She didn't have no children. If she had a child, her family would have surrounded that child. That's the part. Y'all, mm-mm. That's why this sounds so ludicrous. Not to mention that a child from R. Kelly and Aaliyah would not have such African features, and would probably not be dark skin, seeing as Aaliyah was fairly light and R. Kelly is maybe my complexion at the darkest, and my complexion would have to be with someone darker than me to have a darker child, which I do. I have a darker child because his father was darker. But if his father were lighter, I wouldn't have no dark chocolate child. Of course, maybe I could because, of course, I'm like, maybe I could because both of my grandfathers and my brother are dark chocolate. But ain't nobody dark chocolate up in Aaliyah's family. And I don't even remember seeing any of the children produced by R. Kelly being dark. So that would make the assumption that that's probably not likely a product of them. Not to mention just, yeah, not nothing. And then the poor girl got on somebody's thing and tried to sing, and it was just a hot mess. But again, y'all are humoring this girl along. So yeah, we're gonna move on from that one. I said all I'm gonna say about that for right now. I don't even want to talk about that no more. And the fact that Jaguar has gotten involved in it is just, yeah, it's it's crazy. So moving right along, now I'm gonna talk about one of these topics that's rolling around on YouTube again down here. Colorism. Now, there's some conversations going on in regards to colorism. There's supposed to be a panel coming up on colorism. But here's the thing. When you get into the colorism conversation, with all due respect, I guess I need to stop so he can come in here and say hi to y'all. Let me just stop my conversation so he can come on in. Come on in. Here he comes. Y'all can see him. Say hi. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he felt the need. He felt the need. So, yeah. All right. You're gonna close the door on your way out? Close the door? Yeah, that part. Okay. So, in this colorism conversation, we have, with all due respect to my lighter skinned sisters, with all due respect, my opinion is that if we're going to have the colorism conversation, y'all's experience with colorism is not going to be the same as mine as a brown skinned girl, or as someone such as Lupita Nyong'o as a dark brown skinned girl. I'm not saying that light skinned women don't have a voice in the conversation, but you don't have a big voice because you're not dealing with the kind of colorism that browner girls are dealing with. When you are like brown skin or chocolate, and if you have more quote unquote Eurocentric, features, if I may say, then you're looked at different than if you have more African features with your darker skin. And yeah, if you don't, it's like because there's a beauty standard when they're looking at us with our light to chocolate skin. And brown skin and chocolate girls, we deal with something completely different from our lighter skinned sisters. Hence the reason why when Bill Dukes did his thing on colorism in within the community, he had to do one for dark skinned girls and then one for light skinned girls, because our experience is different. It's different. Like a brown girl like me, who had, long hair, like halfway down my back and stuff when I was younger. Well, that was apparently an uncommon thing, because for whatever reason they think if you don't have any palm color in you that your hair's not going to grow, or being called pretty for a dark-skinned girl, which is what many chocolate girls and brown-skinned girls would get. Or, being told that you're cute and I would go out with you, but if you were lighter skinned. You see, those are the kind of things that we would deal with. I had growing up, because I did not grow up in California where I live now. I grew up on the East Coast. Okay. And in the DC area, even though I'm not really that dark, I'm just, brown skin, this was dark. I was considered darker. I wasn't, yeah. And, guys that if they didn't like chocolate girls, they didn't like me. That part. They didn't like chocolate girls, they didn't like me. But I think that a serious conversation, like about colorism, I don't know if it can be had in the quote unquote, on a beef sector platform. I could be wrong about that, but I certainly think that if you're going to have the conversation, that the key players in that conversation should be brown skin and dark brown skin women. A light-skinned woman does not have the same experience because they are closer. They're part of the preference. I mean, outside of light-skinned men who want to have brown children, chocolate women, we're usually not the preference. When they're, a lot of them will go for the lighter skinned women. That was part of the thing that we had to deal with. But of course, when I came to California, I'm gonna just tell you something. I didn't have no issues when I came out here. Matter of fact, when I came out of here, it was like, oh, out here, I'm not that dark. And my curly hair. Now this is back in the 80s. My curly hair. Well, people were paying to get their hair to look like mine out here. The Jerry curls, the California curls. Yeah, they were paying for that. So I was wearing my hair in my curly state because I figured, no point of putting a perm in it out here. So I stopped perming my hair, started wearing my curly hair, brown skin. Didn't seem to be a problem out here in California. Although, I'm not really into everybody outside of my race. I don't rule them out because they came at me too. But I'm just saying that growing up, the experience that most brown skin and chocolate women have is very different from the experience that lighter skinned women have. Even when they're lighter and both their parents are black, it's just a different experience. It's a different experience. And not saying that your experience is not valid. It is part of the conversation, because the colorism that we deal with, all of this was brought to us by the palm colored people. The palm colored people brought this all into play. And colorism does not just it's not just here with us here in that are African American, okay, or Black Americans, whatever you want to call us. It's throughout the diaspora. It's also over on the continent. There's a documentary that came out after the dark skinned girls and light skinned girls by Bill Dukes, that was done by a woman over on the continent that talked about the colorism over there. And I mean, see, it's different than it is here, because they over there bleaching their skin. And that's the same thing that's a big thing, to become lighter. So that, those are the things that it's like, if we want to talk about colorism, let's talk about that too. And when I'm saying that's part of the effects of colorism that our lighter skinned sisters, they would never deal with. It would never be part of their experience. But the colorism is not just with with Black people worldwide. It's with Asian people. It's with anyone who is not palm colored. All who are not palm colored, we have this colorism going on within all of our different quote unquote ethnicities. We do. It's not just us. And that's like, so when you get into the colorism conversation, you have to talk about the root of it. And the root of it is race, which was created as a caste system by Europeans to elevate themselves above everyone else. And by that coming into play, we then started to deal with people's skin tones within the different ethnicities, and how if you go to certain parts south of here where more Africans were shipped to, they've been whitewashed, so that it's hard to find the traces of of the slaves being there. Whereas here, although we've been somewhat whitewashed, because clearly none of us are 100% sub-Saharan, thanks to our ancestors, and what they went through. But when you go to South America and to Central America and even to the Caribbean, and you look at the percentages of African, it dwindles, especially in South America, outside of Brazil. Countries like Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay, all of that, all of that where there were slave, the slave ships went on, more of them went there. A lot of that has been whitewashed, and you gotta search. Just like in Mexico, you gotta search. you know, and then, and I'm not talking about like Jamaica and Haiti, well, those are places where there probably wasn't as much mixing, but the rest of the you know, but as you go down to South America, it's like they just whitewashed. It's part of the erasure. But even with all of that going on, I'm gonna tell you, people who have skin that are shades of brown, the largest population will still be the largest population worldwide, globally, no matter what they do. I've already told y'all that by 2050, the majority of the children in the world will be on the continent of Africa. And the majority of the people on the continent of Africa, no matter how hard they try to whitewash it, are brown or dark brown. But yeah, the colorism conversation, it's not making sense to me that a colorism conversation is going to be had and the dark-skinned women are not leading the conversation. That's not making sense to me, because the dark-skinned women are the ones who, in my opinion, have to deal with the most in regards to colorism, at least in this freaking country. At least here, and unfortunately, we put attractiveness with skin tone and facial features. The more African your facial features look, apparently the less attractive you are. And if you're dark skinned with African features, well, you know. Which is why people like me, because I don't necessarily have an African nose. I don't have the wide nose. Of course, it was wide when I was pregnant with my son 20-something years ago, but that was pregnancy wide. We don't get that. We get, oh, you're pretty for a brown girl, pretty for a dark-skinned girl. Because my facial features, yeah. Crazy. And I know I'm over an hour. This is where I usually stop, but I cannot go through this without talking about the brat being pregnant at 48. Congratulations, brat. I think this is going to change your life. Regardless of whether it's your egg, whether it was one of your eggs, or whether it was one of Judy's eggs. Congratulations. You know what, Terry, in answer to your question, so in the beef sector, one of the darker skinned women had brought up about colorism, and was bringing it up time and time again. Nobody wanted to have the conversation. Now they want to have the conversation, but they don't want to include the darker skinned people who brought it up. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense. Doesn't make sense. You're going to pick and choose who can be part of the conversation. And nothing against V Lenore, but as a light skinned sister, what your experience is not going to be the same as my experience, nor is it going to be the same as the Miss O's experience, who is a chocolate sister with ethnic features. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. But yeah, so getting back to the brat, I'm I am happy for her to be pregnant. Thanks to the miracles of science, because we know that us us black women, you, yeah, we don't be having children. We don't be having children in our late 40s or in our 50s normally. It's not that we can't do it, and it's not that we don't, that some of us are not capable of having children into our 50s. It's simply something that we just don't normally do. Which is one of the reasons, why you have people that are trying to do it later in life that usually use IVF. And because the brat is, in a same-sex relationship, that was probably going to be the way that they were going to do it. But I'm happy for her. I think that motherhood and experiencing childbirth is going to change her life forever. And because she is 48, this is definitely a high-risk pregnancy, especially all of the stuff that she had to go through prior to the pregnancy. And I believe she also miscarried before she had this successful pregnancy. So it definitely, I guess it makes people look at the brat differently, because, none of us ever thought the brat was going to have a child. I mean, that's I guess the more shocking one, it's just as shocking to me as if Queen Latifah had a child. Okay. But hey, kudos to the brat. I hope that she has a healthy baby, and I hope that her pregnancy goes without any complications. I think she's like 5 months pregnant, so that means she'll be having this child in another couple of months. She'll be having this baby in another couple of months. Now, let's see. Today is Thursday. I'm going to try to come on tomorrow, y'all. I'm going to try to come on tomorrow. Because I think this is the first time I've done a live this whole week. I think this is the first time I've come live. Did I come live on Sunday? When was the last time I came live? I'm so sorry, y'all. The last time I came live was Sunday. Yeah, I haven't been doing good on being live, y'all. I'm gonna have to get it together on that. But I was working on voiceover for my history of Black History Month, so I'm gonna try to get that out tomorrow. I thought I was going to get it out earlier this week, but yeah, I didn't work on it like I was supposed to. I didn't, and it's just doing the voiceover part of it. But I'm a perfectionist, kinda, and if I mess up, then I erase the voiceover and do it over. That's just what happens. So yeah, it's kind of like that with me. So hopefully it will be on by tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll have it up by tomorrow. Thank you guys for supporting the little shorts. I am trying to keep you guys engaged. And for those of y'all who came in late, one of the things that I'm getting ready to do on my other channel, the Purple Diva Den, which is my spoken word channel, I need to get to start, getting that one coming up. So I am going to start doing some spoken word shorts over there. I'm going to start to just pop up some of the poems that I have that are shorter, that that I could do in less than a minute, and just do those in shorts over there, so I can start to build that channel up, because I don't even have 100 subscribers. And thank you to YouTube that everybody that we all have community pages now. So I have a community page over there, because that's probably the only way I was going to get one. Is they just gave it to me. They didn't wait for me to get. I think we used to have 500. So I have been neglecting that page, and so I've got to start doing content for that. And I think as I'm doing the content for that, some of those shorts that I do over there, which are quick spoken words, I'm also going to take those spoken words and pop them up over on my TikTok, which I'm not putting as much stuff on as I need to. And I almost have enough followers on TikTok to monetize. I need 10,000. I'm less than 3,000 from what I need to get. I think I'm like at, let me see. Let me turn down the sound, because I don't want to be. Let me tell y'all how many subscribers I have on TikTok. Followers, rather. Followers on TikTok. I have. I have like a little over 7,000. Yeah, I have a little over 7,000. I'm actually getting ready to unfollow some people, because I've got some people on TikTok who think they, who don't follow me back. And yeah, I'm not. That's not the game I'm playing over there. I'm on the Black Girl Follow train over there. So yeah. So I got like I'm gonna say about several hundred people who over the next week are gonna get unfollowed on TikTok, because there's a limit. Unlike YouTube, TikTok limits how many people you can actually follow. They don't limit how many people can follow you, but they limit how many people you can follow. And I can only follow 10,000 people. And if 1,500 of y'all are not following me back, and you are not a celebrity, and trust me, I don't follow 1,500 celebrities, then yeah, I'm going to have to get you off of my page, because you're not supporting me. And if you're not supporting me, I'm sorry, why am I supporting you? Why am I giving you numbers? Because that's how I am over on TikTok. Now, YouTube, this is a whole nother thing, But see, guess what? Most of the people that I follow on YouTube follow me back, and we support each other. And that's how I am. So, yeah. If you aren't following me on TikTok, please go and follow me on TikTok. I am DC the Purple Diva on TikTok as well. But yeah, I think I will be on tomorrow. I'm going to try to come on earlier than this tomorrow. Tonight, as y'all saw, I had to give me some coffee, because I don't know what the heck has happened to me. But since I didn't turn 60, I be getting sleepy. I be getting sleepy. I be like ready to go to sleep early. I'm like, oh, this ain't right. This is so not right. And yes, I have to be at work early in the morning, but I didn't have that issue when I was 59. Like, as soon as I turned 60, suddenly it's like an old woman syndrome with me. So I'm trying, y'all. I'm gonna probably have to just change. I can't be doing these late, even though it's not that late on the West Coast. I think I need to move my live streams up a little bit, so I don't be sleepy by the time I come on. But I'm trying to watch all my friends on the East Coast. But I guess I'm gonna have to clash with some of y'all and catch y'all on the replay. But let me get my thing together here, y'all. Let me find my stuff. So tonight's StreamYard was acting great, other than the little time where it flipped me out of here. But I haven't been having the stuff freezing up over here on me, so that's good. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but I'm going to try not to make it like 1 o'clock in the morning for y'all on the East Coast. I'm going to try to make it maybe like 8 or 9, maybe 10 o'clock, like 7. So that's like 7 my time, something like that. I'll try to make it earlier. Anyway, you guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Until then, I offer you peace and blessings from the West Side. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you to anybody coming through on the replay. I'll see you guys soon. Peace. Bye, you guys.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.